Yo, salute, fam. What's happening with it? You know,
Salute everybody in the chat. What's happening? You know what time it is. Another day on Marlo's Corner.
yes,
What's
sir.
good, Marlo?
Uh, MZ said,
Another day on Marlo's Corner.
shit, this
What's
chilling.
good, Marlo?
Oh, shit, let me mute that. Shit, this chilling, bro. Over here trying to get this back panel stuff together. I see MZ just text said it's open panel. Yeah, it's open panel, bro. That's why I put the link in the chat. You know, on Mondays, we put the open panel out there. We're going to chop it up about this up and coming fight schedule. We got Shakur Stevenson, Valdez on the card. We're gonna chop it up about Fury. We were just chopping Joseph Brown just telling me about how Dylan White making excuses and shit. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna chop it up, man. If y'all wanna join, feel free. Hey, the only thing is though, y'all, like it's only for the regulars. Like it's just boxing, y'all welcome. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure, you know what I'm saying, it's y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's all we got to do. People be around here on that BS. Jump back to the video and see if we see. But yeah, anyway though, man. Uh, we can start off with that though, JB. That Fury just put a real shellacking on Dillian White, man. Showing Dillian White got no skills, man. Then set him down for good on his back pockets. Uh, I see you social. You want to take your camera off? Then set him down for good, and I hear he making excuses. But what's your take on Fury, man? Do you think he gonna retire? Like we was talking about, would you like to see him fight AJ Usyk winner, or if they don't even fight either one of them guys?
I mean, Fury is Fury is very bipolar, man. You just never know. He was in the he sounded real emotional in the ring at the moment. He's a moment type of guy, man. Then, he probably had some time, back there in the back, and spending time with his family, celebrating and stuff like that for a little bit. Came outside for the press conference, and he was talking about possibly fighting Francis Ngannou. So you just never know with this dude. I'm leaning more on the side that he's probably going to fight maybe one or two more times and call it a day. He's probably going, fight Ngannou to stay busy and then end up fighting the winner of Usyk Joshua probably, in late this year, sometime late this year. So, that's how I see Fury planning it out for the most part. But, I just want to talk about the environment, the atmosphere, 94,000 people. His entrance was phenomenal, man. Matter of fact, both of their entrances was pretty darn good. But Fury, that was an epic entrance, man. Coming out the Biggie Juicy, sitting on the throne, running to the stage. You know what I'm saying? Just complete showman, man. And, the heavyweight division needs that. And once he steps away, it's going to be a huge void that nobody right now I see is going to be able to fill.
Yeah, everybody best heavyweight, or the majority best heavyweight took the L. You know what I'm saying? Fury standing, he done been through his trials and tribulations. He did his thing, though. He got Dillian White out the way, man. Cause we shouldn't have to hear no more from old Dillian, man. Dillian been calling everybody out and been getting served like a mother.
Hey, that was probably the best thing that happened. The fact that, the fight was a dud for the most part. The card was, just about as bad as it can be. Um, they got to do better with these fight cards over there in the UK, man. The quality of those cards is really lacking. There's really no excuse for that. You want the whole world to be able to recognize UK boxing and put some respect on UK boxing. Okay, well then give us who don't usually see UK boxing, give us something for us to actually cheer about, something for us of quality, so we can actually give you the respect that y'all are yearning to have. So I felt like they could have did better with that card. They could have put Joe Joyce versus Parker on that card, or Top Rank could have had like a instead of having Shakur Valdez this weekend, they could have combined that card and put it on the UK card and put some of their better UK talent up against some of the Americans, and that would have bolster the names of Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, and some of these other prospects coming from the United States heading over there on an international platform. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things they could have did better, as far as a promotional company, because for us to pay 74 dollars for pay-per-view when basically the one guy, he looked like they just got him out of a pub and just said, here you go, dude. They just threw him in the ring. I mean, that was embarrassing to see this guy in the 8-round fight, man. He looked like he just came straight from the pub, like he had like 4 or 5 beers, had a beer gut, and he's on television on a major pay-per-view. I mean, you just can't do stuff like that if you're Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions. So that was embarrassing. Fury versus White, the fight itself was a dud. White didn't really land any significant punches to Fury at all in the fight. The best thing he did in the fight was foul Fury by hitting him behind the head. And, Fury finally, had mercy on us all and lured, Dillian White to sleep with a probing jab, and he measured that uppercut. Dillian White never saw that uppercut, man, coming right through the middle. And I just didn't like how afterwards he's saying that he got fouled. Uh, he shouldn't have got. He should have been allowed, more time to recover, since Fury pushed him and fouled him, and he hit his head. Yeah, he was a good shot. He was buzzed. It's just, this is why we don't need to hear from Dillian White. I mean, even when he loses, he has excuses. For years he's had excuses. It's just, I'm just glad that we don't have to deal with Dillian White, as a major contender in the heavyweight division going forward. Now everybody knows what he is. Some of us had known for years what he really is. He's just, an average heavyweight, and he got exposed for being exactly what I thought he was.
Right. Hey, shout out to Gil Cole to the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. He said salute to the corner. Yasir Hussein and Mike Kennedy got me eating UK crow. Appreciate you, bro. Dropping that 5-0. He said I was about to send 25 $2 super chats. Oh man. Hey, shout out to D-Lo 404. Salute, bro. King of Kings Boxing. MZ in the building. It's just boxing. Salute. They go 619 Cali Cut. Salute, bro. Who's that in there? Shit,
What's
man.
going down? Salute.
Trey X in the building. Salute. Hypey in the building. Salute.
Appreciate that shit from my nigga Gil Cole, man. Square business.
So scientists in the building. Salute. Hey, so scientists, what's your take? I know you was here waiting patiently. What's your take on Dillian White slaughter by Tyson Fury?
Man, said the slaughter. But man, I picked Tyson Fury to win in the 10th round, but I thought Dillian White would at least give him some rounds where he gave him some trouble, like he would get on the inside and try to rough him up or something, but he couldn't get off the ground with nothing, man. That shit was just complete domination from beginning to end. And yeah, it just looked like he didn't even belong in the ring at all. Like he made him look like an amateur, man. So all that laughing and shit Dillian White did when Wilder got beat and AJ got beat, he was, we got the memes. He laughing his ass off. He got beat up so bad. So, haha, nigga, you got knocked out. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, he sure couldn't get up. It was definitely over.
Oh yeah, and that shit about him talking about he got pushed over and all that, man. You couldn't get your bearings after you stood up, so I don't want to hear that shit, man.
That was just an excuse. All right, you
Yeah.
want to get your take off real quick? I know you came after. Go ahead, bro. You got the flow.
Yeah, man. I ain't even watched the fight, man. I ain't gonna lie. Salute to my boy Yasser Hussein, because he hooked me up with a link and shit, man. I went and got my cannabinoids, got me some grub together and shit, man. And everything just parlayed in this motherfucker. Say, man, I'm about to watch me some boxing, man. About to enjoy me a free pay-per-view for a change. Next thing you know, shit, nigga, I'm waking up. I'm like, God damn, this shit already over. I looked on Boxing Scene, Fury in 6. I'm like, ain't that a bitch, man? Because I had Fury in 6. But when I looked at him at the weigh-in, I was like, man, you know what? This guy coming in kind of light. Maybe he'll want to go out there and try to box him. So maybe it'll go later into the fight. Instead of 6 rounds, let's think maybe 8 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I took KO 8. And right there, big ass ball print on Boxing Scene, Fury in 6. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they were saying that the punch was like a phantom punch. My boy Cypher Supreme TV said, man, that shit didn't even look like it landed. I had looked at it up close. He hit him right on the tip of the chin. A lot of the time, man, them be the most devastating punches a motherfucking take. It kind of remind me of one of them old school Riddick Bowe punches. Riddick Bowe had a tendency to hit a motherfucker right on the tip of the chin. And I'll be like, damn, how the fuck can you hit a target, like a target zone that small, like right on the very tip of the chin? You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. Not quite the same, but kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? So I thought the knockout was legitimate. And I could see why the guy was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I took from it, man. The card was so boring, you put me to sleep. And the knockout, I think it was legit.
Yeah, I think it was legit too, man. Especially the reaction when he got up off his motherfucking stomach. He had to roll over and get up, man. But then when he got up, he looked like he was intoxicated off that uppercut. So I don't see no excuse talking about no twist or anything like that, man. Fury executed. That was a nice setup right there. Placed perfect. You know what I'm saying? It gets no better than that.
And you can almost say, hey, that might be the book on Dillian White, huh? Yeah. The uppercut.
Hell yeah. What's that? 2 in a row, right?
That's 3 times. He's been knocked out with he's been knocked down or knocked out by an uppercut 3 times.
MZ in the building. Salute, fam. Yeah, it's an open panel. I saw your thing on the Discord. I thought you were still in the chat too.
OG, what's up, man? Pecos Bill. Everybody in the chat, salute.
Spirit of Justice, salute, fam. He just jumped in. He said White look like a big Dawson. He damn sure did. Hey, the announcer though, that Almond Brown, salute, Sid, in the building. Hey, the announcer though, that shit was crazy too, Jay Brown, when he was talking about all the theatrics that Fury brought to the ring and shit. That announcer was off the chain. He even called. He said, "You gonna watch the Gypsy King put hands on this Dawson or something like that." That shit was great.
Hey, salute to my 6'3" Amazon angel, Miss Almond Brown. What's going down?
Salute. He said he on his way. But shit, man, we got 15 fight cards, man. I don't know if y'all put y'all picks in. Y'all still getting ready for them.
Yeah, I'm looking at them joints. It's one of them that look like it's gonna be hard to pick. That what his name? Hector Andres Sosa versus Rafael Pedroza. That's gonna be a good ass fight though.
Pedroza 12-0 with 11 KO.
Yeah, but he ain't really
8 KO.
Yeah, my man Pedroza ain't really fought nobody worth a damn. Ain't never went 10 rounds. So I mean, it's gonna be an interesting fight.
It's a couple of fights that kind of interest me. The one I'm having trouble picking is the shooting off fight. He going against that Abdul something. I can't say that shit, but that man name so long. He got like about 9 letters in it. But both of them from Russia. One of them got 170 amateur victories. He's 34 years old. He took 2 losses in the past, like back in the day and shit. He got a draw on his record too. The other guy that he fighting, he 13-1 with 5 knockouts, but he was a favorite to win first place in his division in the AIBA World Championship. So you got that amateur background. And his one loss came to a guy with 300 amateur fights, that Silvergen or some shit like that. So I think this guy might be underrated. But the only thing is, he only had 1 fight since 2019. So I think he might have the skills to win the fight, but I don't know if he got the recent activity to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of leaning towards shooting off, even though I really don't want to. I really want to pick this other guy.
I appreciate that, the amateur archive information.
Yeah.
Hey, what y'all looking at with the Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano though? Out with the old, in with the new. type
I
of deal.
still got the same pick I always had. I always had Katie Taylor in that fight, but people saying she looked like she done slowed down. But I'm wondering if she was just fighting to her competition, you know. And plus, she always wanted this big fight, so I know she gonna come to bring it. But we'll see. She like to jump in with her shots and jump back out. But
Mm-hmm.
man, fucking with Amanda Serrano, you be done jumped in and caught a body shot. So
Yeah. Over
I'm
3 years.
taking Katie Taylor, man. This woman, she way more decorated. If you look at her amateur accomplishment, she like a 5-time AIBA gold medalist. You know what I'm saying? Amanda Serrano ain't got nothing like that on the resume. When I look at Katie Taylor, I look at her neck. Her neck is thick as fuck. It looked like she looked like a hardened fighter to me. She looked like a person that's been in the ring damn near a whole life. And when I look at Amanda Serrano, I don't see that same type of warrior. I know she got the power and all that kind of shit. But even looking at them at the weigh-in, she up there messing with her hair and fix her hair and worried about her appearance. And Katie Taylor up there just a straight fighter. She ain't worried about none of that shit. So I'm leaning towards Katie Taylor. I know that's not a straight boxing breakdown, but just looking at them as fighters though, like who they are as fighters, I think that means some shit. Hey, when it comes to like straight X's and O's, I really don't get into that too much because people can make adjustments. If you see a fighter does one thing in one fight, that don't mean they gonna do that in the next fight. So I don't really get into that shit too much. I like to look at them. Who are you as a fighter? Are you a sub novice? Or are you a motherfucker that's a 5-time AIBA world champion? That's the kind of shit I like to look at, and that's Katie Taylor. So I'm taking Katie Taylor on the Count Ross by decision.
We locked in. I picked that MD too. Bruce Gold, salute, fam. Fridays the drill in the building. Salute, bro. One way
Salute.
Renzo. What's happening, fam? Salute. What One way Renzo said she got that Christy Martin neck.
Her
she be
neck is
working. She
thick.
be working it out. They be showing her lifting them little weights like Triple G with the neck.
Yeah, man, that's part of the game. You see Mayweather doing all shit. Hell, everybody do that. It ain't just special to them, but I can tell that she's been doing it her whole life. I'm just looking at her shit, man. It don't look nothing like Serrano, man. I see a tough, hardened fighter when I look at Katie Taylor. So I'm gonna roll with that. If I eat crow, I get dealt with. I get dealt with. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
I said.
Well, see, the thing is,
And I also was looking at it like out with the old in with the new. I mean, as much as motherfucker respects Serrano, I mean, you know what I mean? She has been in a whole bunch of fights, man, and they ain't all been easy. You know what I'm saying? But I think the younger active fighter is gonna be a problem for her. You know what I'm saying?
But Taylor
Especially
older though,
I
right? She
yeah,
35.
yeah, she older.
Yeah.
I think I have said it before, but the thing about Katie Taylor is the thing that trouble her most is them pressure fighters. And Amanda Serrano, she'll pressure you, but she can't pressure you for a whole fight. The thing about her is she just hit real hard. And so um when I watched her fight, what's that woman name? The 126-pound woman. Damn, I can't think of her name. But anyway, she fought her on the zone, and she had been a champion for a long time. And what you call it, Serrano was basically blasting her in the first round. Like she should have got her out of there if the woman didn't have such a chin. But she basically blew her load in the first round, and she wasn't able to keep up that pace. The only thing I ever really seen trouble Katie Taylor was somebody who have a high pace like a Delphine Pursoon. So I just don't see Serrano being able to keep up the kind of pace that's gonna defeat Katie Taylor. And
And
plus,
with the amateur back,
she don't get them kind of knockouts in the higher weight classes either. She
and
ain't no
plus,
knockout artist at 135.
and
and
she only
plus,
got Taylor only got 25, 20 something fights. Serrano got like 40 plus.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's still even out because she don't have the amateur background that Katie Taylor, Katie Taylor got. She started boxing when she was 17. That's another thing that I'm looking at. I got one person that's been fighting since they was a kid, and I got another one that's been fighting since she was 17. And looking at the amateur background of Katie Taylor, I think that she's gonna be able to make adjustments faster. And I
Mm.
don't think that the southpaw stance is gonna be foreign to her. You know what I'm saying? She probably done seen that shit in the ring a bunch of times. Just making an assumption. So yeah, I think Katie Taylor is the pick, but I will say that the odds open, dead even, and the money is coming in on Serrano. So a lot of people think Serrano gonna win this fight.
Mhm.
Hey,
Heather Hardy is the woman that she beat the hell out of in the first round.
what
Yeah.
about Cruz, that Dijon fight versus that, what's her name? Cedar Roots, Ellen or something.
I
Ellen
think
said,
s- I think Cedar Roos being a little bit overlooked because she kind of a sniper from long range. She keep her hands down too much, so I think she gonna get beat. But I think she might surprise some people in this fight.
Yeah, but she coming out such a long layoff though, bro. I look, she ain't fought since like 2020.
Yeah, she
And
ain't
she
fight since she fought Alicia Espinosa, I think.
and she going against somebody like Franchon Cruz. Her only loss is to the best female fighter in the world. And she got
Right.
an amateur background too. You know what I'm saying? I think I gotta lean towards Franchon Cruz in this one, man, because she done had more recent activity than old girl. It's only one fight, but I like her having a fight in 2021 instead of not having a fight since 2020. So just all of that shit combined, I think I like Franchon Cruz.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her, but
yeah,
I just think that old girl might surprise some people.
I'm locked in with y'all. We done seen Frank Cruz, and she was, old girl was roided up to the gills, and it was in a hell of a fight, man. She was in a motherfucking tough ass fight, wig falling off and everything, man.
Yeah,
Just
that shit was wild,
motherfucking
man.
shit out your head. But it looked like a real, you know what I'm saying? It was a real intense type of brawl, man. And she was up in there, you know what I'm saying, giving it her all, not giving up, not backing down, taking just as much as she was giving. You know what I'm saying? And so that we seen what kind of fighter she is. I don't know really too much about Cedar Roof. Um,
Only thing is, oh my bad, I mean to interrupt. I'll wait till you get done.
yeah, I was just saying that I think Cruz got what it takes, man, to get up in there. Especially it's a lot on the line too in this fight. I think she got what it takes to get up in there and pull it off.
Only thing is, I know Franchon Cruz ain't got a lot of fights, but in her short career, she has been in a couple wars. You know, well, she's not the type of fighter to go out there and mind the defense like primary. You know, her offense is primary, defense secondary. So she will go out there and get into a war and stand toe to toe. Hell, that's what her and Carissa Shields did. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, when I saw Carissa Shields versus Franchon Cruz, that was probably the best women's fight I ever seen at that time for sure. Since then, I've seen some pretty good fights like the Michaela Mayer in the Hamadouche fight. That was a war, but looking at Carissa and Franchon Cruz, that just felt different. Like when I looked at it, I forgot that I was watching women. I just felt like I was just watching two motherfuckers scrapping. You know what I'm saying? But that should add up over time though, when you get into them type of wars. So I guess that's a small factor going into the fight. But I do like the fact that she's battle tested.
Yeah, I really do hate that she had to have that fight with that roided up chick. I feel like she took a lot of unnecessary damage in that fight.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that's on my mind. That was a grind right there, man.
Yeah,
You know,
you could
and
see it on her face in the corner. She didn't. She like she was feeling that.
yeah, yeah, she looked battered out there, man.
Man,
Yeah.
wig damn near hanging on a thread. Manager was pissed off. Get that shit off your motherfucking head. That
Yeah,
was that was the hell of a night right there, man. She did her thing though, man. And you could tell a girl was juiced up, man. She just wouldn't stop, wouldn't quit. Everybody was saying, even in the motherfucking comments, motherfucker was saying, man, that girl juiced up on something.
Mm.
Showed
she,
up.
she looked like a man.
But
Sounded like
shit.
one too. Shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what about the Valdez, Shakur Stevenson, man? Y'all everybody locked in with Shakur. Pretty much thinking Shakur gonna dominate, come unify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
what I think.
I gotta ride with it, man, because it just looked like Valdez and showed me some evidence that he's a level right below the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? Like if you put him out in there with an Olympic gold medalist like Saul, he gonna have problems. And Shakur Stevenson he might be a level above Saul. I just saw an interview with Shakur Stevenson's grandfather, and he said that Shakur Stevenson whooped the shit out of Saul in sparring twice. They say he whooped him somewhere. I can't remember where they said it was like a foreign country. And then he whooped the motherfucker in another country. And it was easy work, is what he said. So that's just showing me that this guy Shakur Stevenson is special. Constance Saw is an Olympic gold medalist. He is very big for the weight class. He like 5'9", fighting at 130. He looks strong too. You know what I'm saying? He chiseled up and shit. And he went out there and whooped Oscar Valdez, in my opinion. And Shakur Stevenson was able to whoop him. I know you can't just go triangle theory, but I like to go triangle theory when it comes to class. Like if you got an A class fighter going against a B class fighter and shit like that, I like to use the triangle theory. And Shakur is showing me that he's a special motherfucker. He's a world beater type guy. He won gold in the AIBA World Championships. He won silver in the Olympics, but he probably should have won gold because I thought he edged it out 2-1, but he didn't make it clear enough. You know what I'm saying? This a world beater type guy. And it looked like he coming of age and shit too, man. He say he feeling like he getting stronger, coming more towards his prime. He coming off the best performance of his career against his best opponent. So like he kind of peaking a little bit. Well, maybe not peaking, but he going towards his peak. You know what I'm saying? I think this might be wrong place, wrong time for Valdez. You know, going against this southpaw classy motherfucker like Shakur. And he started, and them combinations be flowing like water, man. I think Shakur might be the best combination punch in the game right now. I might be wrong or something, but just off the top of my head, I don't see people throwing combinations quite like him, just some pinpoint combinations. I think he's gonna give Valdez some problems, but I do think Valdez is gonna come fight back. 204 amateur fights, ranked number 1 in his division in Mexico. He ain't coming to lay down. And I did like something that he said too. He said that one of the main things that made him want to take this fight is that when he walked the streets of Mexico, people come up to him and be like, hey, when you gonna fight Shakur Stevenson? This kid keep on calling you out. This kid saying your name. When you gonna fight the motherfucker? That made me respect the goddamn Mexicans. Maybe not the Mexican American fans, because they be on some bullshit. But the fans in Mexico, yeah, I think I can respect the fact that they telling him, hey man, you need to fight Shakur. And here we are, you know what I'm saying? And I think Shakur gonna take it.
Yeah, man, Shakur is just a special fighter, man. Valdez's only hope is for him to be able to set traps and land his signature counter hook. That's the only way I can see him actually possibly, pulling this fight off. Um, he does some things well, his step lead, counter hook. Um, he pivots, he throws from different angles. He tries to set traps in the high guard. I mean, he does some excellent things, and he disguises, his jab and lead left hook. So there's some tools that Valdez has, but to me, it's just not going to be enough because Shakur is going to give him so many different things to think about. And that's going to be the issue that he's going to have in this fight. He's going to have so many different things he's going to have to equate for. And he just doesn't have the IQ or he doesn't have the level of athleticism to be able to pull off what he needs to do in the ring in order to, catch Shakur Stevenson off guard. And virtually, at this point, Shakur Stevenson's reflexes, his defense are elite, and right now it's nothing nobody can do at this point as far as trying to catch him with a clean punch. It's just one of them things, man. You just fighting a guy at his absolute peak of his athleticism, and he's got a master boxer's IQ where he's trying to be one of the most smart, intelligent boxers in the game, and he's well on his way. Special fighter, he's going to outclass him. He's going to make it look easier. He's going to make it look easy, and Valdez is not an easy guy, but Shakur Stevenson is going to make it look easy out there. I got Shakur Stevenson by possible late stoppage or 12th round UD.
I do like the toughness of Valdez, though. I think he'll go the distance. He done finished the fight with a broken jaw. He ain't quit against Constance, so he kept on coming forward, making a fight out of it. I think he'll go the distance, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't put that in my prediction. I'm gonna say 9-3 for Shakur.
Yeah, on Champ Ross, I picked him by stopping. I think he's gonna try to push forward. I know he ain't got the most hell of power, but I'm pretty sure he can set something up though. and then Valdez gonna be walking into a lot of shit. So I think that the chance of picking stoppage is probably gonna go pretty. Maybe just the towels more what I'm leaning toward, not just no concussive sleepy thing, but just deluge. What you say, Trey? A whole deluge of blows on this
deluge like a motherfucker raining 40 days and 40 nights worth of punches on a motherfucker.
Shit like that gonna go down. It's a big fight for Shakur, man. You don't get unified. You know, another step forward to his dream. What he want to do? He want to be undisputed. You know, so.
Now, do you guys think that the winner should be put on the pound for pound list? There'll be a 2-division unified world champion. The winner will be anyway.
Who will we take off?
That's a good question. I just asked the question. I don't know if you guys think they belong on the pound for pound. If the winner belongs on there.
Well, the reason I asked is because it seems like the list is pretty stacked right now. They got Josh Taylor ranked number 9, and I know he is coming off a tough fight. A lot of people think he lost, but he's still like an undisputed champion. They got that motherfucker number 9. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like the list is pretty tough right now. I don't even know who all on the list, to be honest with you, though. Them lists be so goddamn crazy. I guess it depends on who you ask.
H.M. Ross said, y'all calling the Shakur Stevenson Valdez fight?
Is a frog's ass watertight? You goddamn right we calling the fight, boy.
Hell yeah. Shit, man, it's open now, man. We done got it all off, everything off that I had planned for the topic. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about?
Man, I'm gonna tell you a fight that's kind of on my mind. That goddamn Hasim Rothman Jr. He going against a guy that's 19-0-2 with 17 knockouts. I'm leaning towards Hasim Rothman Jr. I guess because he named brand, but I kind of got a feeling he might go out there and get his ass whooped fucking around with this dude. It's something about picking them damn dudes that hang around in the Mayweather gym. The motherfucker be losing a lot of the time, and they got the motherfuckers both as 1.5-star fighters on BoxRec. So on paper, at least, it looked like it's gonna be competitive. I looked up both of the fighters, and the guy that he going against, he do look like he coming and throwing some hard shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really know which way I want to go with this fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all looked at that shit?
Nah, I haven't looked at it.
Yeah, that Hasim Rothman Jr., man, the one that used to be at the Mayweather gym. He had fought that dude from the UK for beating up his brother and sparring and shit.
Yeah, I picked him too, but I ain't know really nothing about his opponent. I ain't gonna check him out. By you just saying that motherfucker be coming with some hard shit.
We got 17 knockouts out of 19 wins. He's 19-0-2 with 17 knockouts. So it looked like he hitting. Rockman Jr., he 12-0 with 6 knockouts, and his opponents ain't been worth a fuck.
Right.
It seemed like he should have 10, 11 knockouts instead of 6. He fighting opponents with losing records. I don't know, man. I think that's a tough one right there, man. Scorpion. It's a few fights this weekend that's gonna be kind of tough. I am looking forward to the next step with Keyshawn Davis. They got him going against a guy that's 18-1 coming up. You know what I'm saying? I had took him by second round knockout on the Champ Ross and shit. But I won't be. Go ahead.
Let me ask you one question though. This guy that Rockman Jr. is fighting, are you considering his record and who he been knocking out, or does it matter that he just knocking people out?
No, he ain't been fighting nobody worth for fuck. But what stand out to me is that he fighting people that ain't worth for fuck, and he knocking them out. And Hasim Rockman fighting people that ain't worth for fuck, and he going the distance with a lot of them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Federal 6, salute, fam. He said, what
Yeah.
does Tony Harris's move look like after this last win he got? Shit, I don't know, man. He might be fighting Lubin or something.
He might be fighting Ventura.
Fundora?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was in the works. Yep, that was. It might be Fundora.
I don't know what the motherfucker gonna do. I'm worried about this undisputed fight that's coming up. I'm pretty sure he'll want the winner.
Oh, you talking about Charlo?
Yeah.
What date is that?
Well, that 14th, I think.
May 14th?
I think it is. I'm about 80% sure it May the 14th.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah, that motherfucker need to hurry up. Come on. It's unfinished business and that one right there. Unfinished business.
Hey man, I was just looking at Keyshawn Davis's amateur background, man. That boy Keyshawn, man, that motherfucking fight. But look, this motherfucker won a silver medal. Somebody go on mute because I'm echoing this shit. This motherfucker won a silver medal in the Pan American Games. He won a silver medal in the AIBA World Championships, and he won a silver medal in the Olympics. And he lost every fight in the finals to one man, Andy Cruz. Like, god damn, that's a thorn in that motherfucker's side. I'm talking about every major tournament. This man get to the finals and lose to one man, Cuban Andy Cruz. Man, I'm very interested to see what these goddamn Cubans gonna do when they get up in this program, man. I think they gonna bring some problems. Can't wait for that shit. I ain't mean to change the subject, but that just crossed my mind when I thought about Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Didn't Cruz just sign a top rank too?
Trey, you know who we remind me of too? Andy Cruz.
Oh,
He got a little Emmanuel Augustus in him, man.
that showmanship and shit.
Yeah, man. Especially I think it was the 2019 fight when they fought in the final. He was styling. He was styling like a motherfucker on Keyshawn, man. That last round.
That motherfucker was in and out like a bank robbery. He didn't know what to do.
We'll keep it in perspective though. He is older than Keyshawn, so Keyshawn was about 20. He fighting a guy that's like 25. So we'll keep that in perspective. But still, though, man, to lose to one man 3 times in major tournaments in the finals, I know they can't sit right with the youngster, man. You know what I'm saying? I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Cruz 4-0 against him.
Hey, did y'all check out that Austin Williams versus Cardell Booker fight? You got Austin Williams 10-0 with 8 knockouts going against Cardell Booker 17-0 with 7 knockouts. I had saw that Ammo Williams, he only got like about 50 amateur fights. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it's about 40 or 50. And then this guy that he going against, he done had about 130. I don't know why my mom went blank. It was like 111 and 19 or some shit like that. But I think that's probably gonna be the fight of the weekend. This Cardell Booker guy, man, he kind of reminds you of Gary Antoine Russell, where he just real rough and rugged. He get on the inside and he do a lot of good work. You know what I'm saying? And Ammo Williams, you know how he fight. He kind of like a Earl Spence a little bit. Southpaw, step to you behind the jab, throw some tremendous body shots on you and should put a lot of hurt on you. I think that's gonna be a can't miss fight, man. And that's one that I probably ain't gonna get a chance to watch it live because we doing the live stream. Matter of fact, I know I won't watch it live, but I will go check it out later. Thanks to my boy the Kane Deals hooked me up with the DAZN on them boys. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
Hey, Henry Boss, the salute, fam. He said, "Do you think Shakur Valdez has any potential to take the Taylor Charlie where he lets Valdez carry him a little too fast and lose his grip on the fight?" Nah, I doubt that. I think Shakur a little bit too wise and mature in that ring for his age. I mean, if you see, he ain't really more of a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Point grabber than he is trying to put himself in potential slipping situations or be out of position to even get hurt. Yeah, I think he'd be able to. I think he'd be able to thrash a motherfucker for 12 rounds without having to worry about slowing down and not having a defense and to get caught up like Taylor did.
Yeah, and plus, if this was Valdez before he got with Reynosa, I think it's more of a chance of that happening. But since he over there with Reynosa shit, he think he got some skills. He think he out there setting up shit on them boys and shit. Because you know the type of fight that he fought against Miguel Berchelt, he had a lot of success with that. So when he fought against Robson Conceição, he tried to come out there and fight like a more of a chess match type of fight. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just bringing that thunder, he tried to go out there and post up with him a little bit and he got off to a slow start in that fight. Constance, I was out there whooping his ass. You know what I'm saying? So since he over there with Reynosa, he tried to play more of a chess match type of fight instead of just try to bring like a brawl. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna have more of an opportunity for him to try to post up with Shakur and play chess with him instead of getting up in the chest, which will probably be his best strategy in this fight. Go out here and make this shit tough and rough and tumble type of affair. I think he's gonna go out there and try to post up with him a little bit, and that's gonna allow Shakur to fight his type of pace that he want to fight. And plus, when you got fighters like Shakur Stevenson, man, for the most part, the motherfucker be in good shape, man, and he got experience too. He been fighting since he was like 5 years old, so he know his pace in the ring. He got some pro fights up under his belt now. He coming into his identity. I think he's gonna go out there and fight his fight instead of going out there fighting Valdez's fight. And I like when he said in the interview, he said, man, I'm not trying to go out here and fight a back and forth tick for tat fight. He said, I'm trying to go out here and pick them apart. And he was pretty much saying that he wanted to combine the offense and the defense. Go out there and hit the motherfucker, but don't get hit. Go out there and just straight dominate them where it's a landslide in the offense and it's a landslide in the defense. You know what I'm saying? If it's a football game, it's 42-10. That's the kind of fight he wants. So, and I think that's what it's gonna be.
Yes, Shakur Stevenson made very clear, man. He says it's hit and don't get hit. He said that's the name of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is too. I could say David Morrell Jr. is the best at 168, and Andy Cruz is the very best at 135 and 40. What y'all think about that? Andy
I
Cruz,
won't be surprised. What'd you say, bro?
No, I said Andy Cruz definitely got skills. I mean, what is he? A 3-time gold medalist, Trey? 2 times?
I think he only got one Olympic gold. I know he got a gold in at least 3 major tournaments: the fucking AIBAs, the Pan American Games, and the Olympic gold medals. And I think he got more than one gold medal in at least one of those tournaments. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember everything off the top of my head, but he is very decorated. You know what I'm saying?
He accomplished like a motherfucker.
And then you know in the amateurs, sometimes it be robbery victories and stuff. His victories appear to be legitimate. Because you know, we don't watch a lot of them. Matter of fact, we called one of the fights. I don't remember which one it was. Was it the Pan American Games? But I know you remember that shit when we called the Keyshawn Andy Cruz fight, huh?
Yeah, I think it was for the what they call that shit right before the Olympics.
I don't even know.
Some shit.
Nah. Them be American against, you know, you got to fight against your own countrymen to qualify. You know what I'm saying? They don't really be like an international thing. That's why I was thinking it might have been like the Pan American Games.
Yeah, you probably right then. It probably was.
It might have been the AIBA World Championship though, because we just had one in 2021, and that might have been 2019 when we called that fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say it was the AIBAs, but his victories appear to be legitimate.
D-Lo, salute, bro. What's happening?
What's going down, bro?
MZ say, he said I got a grand girl in my background, so he said I got to stay in the chat. Man, all right, bet.
But as far as Hyphy with David Morrell Jr., it ain't been a live stream that Hyphy ain't came in and mentioned David Morrell Jr. So I think it's pretty safe to say this guy is sold on David Morrell Jr. You know what I'm saying? I'm very interested to see him in some big fights, and I think he got action at winning some of them big fights. I keep on saying I think one of the best fights in boxing that could be made is David Morrell versus Benavidez. I would love to see that shit, and I actually think Morrell will win the fight. Marlo said he got Benavidez, you know what I'm saying? So it's a 50-50 type thing. But I think Hyphy, you got some credibility with what you're saying. We just got to see him in some big fights so he can prove this shit, you know what I'm saying? He got to get the opportunity so he can do so.
Well, I'm high on Morrell too. I'm gonna get to see him live in person when he come here on June 4th in Minneapolis to fight. I'm definitely gonna be at that event to get an up close and personal view of of Morrell's skill set. He's real promising, man. He's got all the tools, man. I could see him, being one of the best. What is he, like, under 25?
He's pretty goddamn young, but the thing that kind of worries me about him is that I see more of a fighter than a pure skill type of guy. You know, he a demolition guy. He like to step to you and put a lot of hurt on you and just whoop your ass. But I want to see what's gonna happen when he got somebody that's hitting back. Because everybody not gonna act like a Montez Fox and go lay down. Well, not lay down, but just be in emergency mode and don't know what to do. Some people gonna hit back. And like I said, this guy, he more of a come forward and put a lot of hurt on you instead of like being real strategic and trying to set shit up with traps and boxing type shit. You know what I'm saying? I see more of a fighter than a boxer.
Hey, you say everybody ain't gonna get on that bicycle. Ring, ring.
Hey, salute to the OG, man. Maestro in the building. What's going down? That's Ernest Davis.
Salute, bro. D-Lo say for real fight in Minnesota often, huh?
Yeah, he used to stay here. Matter of fact, he used to stay here, and then he ended up moving down to Houston. But yeah, he used to live here. Matter of fact, the last fight I went to in the Armory, he was there, where Sebastian Fortuna was fighting. He fought Clayton. He fought Clayton over here, and that was when I saw Weight Drain, Canelo's brother, fighting Laura at the main event. So yeah, he was living in Minnesota for a while. He was fighting out of here, but yeah, he's down in Houston now.
Who is training in Houston? He trained with Charlo them? Is it Shields? Is Ronnie Shields his trainer?
I think he's training with Shields. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Moody Trayweather, salute, bro.
Salute.
D-Lo 404 said I was hoping we eventually got Morrell versus Belonga. He said Belonga versus Benavidez versus Morrell. I don't know if Belonga gets there though.
Who is? Oh, you talking about that kid from New York? Yeah, I know what Belong is. Yeah, 162 and 17 guy, but he don't look like it though. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I'm not high on Belonga at all. I'm not even anticipating him being in big fights. I think he gonna get his ass whooped before he get there. Right now, he fighting these low level guys, got a lot of first round knockouts and all that kind of stuff. But when he step up and start fighting some B level type guys, I think they gonna be whooping his ass. I am not impressed. We done already seen him get his ass whooped in sparring by Lubin. I don't think he liked the bright lights. I looked at him in his last fight. He was the main event in the fight, and I'm looking at him. He don't even look like he happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he had a lot of shit on his mind, like a lot of pressure that he got to live up to. And I guess maybe he thinking he got to live up to his knockout percentages. Because, you know, like when you the main event, like everybody coming to see you, you've been getting a lot of knockouts. They expecting a knockout. And he didn't get a knockout that night. But he looked like a defeated fighter to me even before the fight started. And he ended up winning the fight. But after the fight, he looked like he lost the fight. It's something about this guy's mental makeup that I don't trust. And I think he's going to get his ass whooped when he step up in competition.
For one, he's not working on his craft. You know, you can see that he's not working on his craft. He's not developing the way he needs to, and it don't look like like you said, it don't look like he's having fun and enjoying himself. Maybe a change of scenery will do him some good. Maybe he needs to get out of New York and have training camp somewhere else where he can clear his mind and actually focus on developing, because he's still a young fighter. But yeah, they can't move him too fast. He's gonna get exposed.
And plus, he do got some pressure as far as legacy to live up to. We ain't really got like a major Puerto Rican fighter that's doing big shit. We ain't got no Trinidad and no Cotto in the game right now. We're looking for the next Puerto Rican great fighter. I think that we need to look more towards Xander Zayas instead of Berlanga. Zayas might get his ass whooped too. You never know. But I think he's a better fighter than Edgar Berlanga. I don't believe in that shit, man. And plus, it seemed like he's trying to be a superstar already without winning anything. Like the way he talk and stuff, the way he dress, he just looked like he feel like he already there. I'm not a believer, man. I'm gonna jump in the chat a little bit. Marlo might be able to doing something. D-Lo said, okay, he said he with Shields now. All right. D-Lo said, I am super cold on Belonga. That's why I said, I doubt he gets there. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Let's lock in. D-Lo said that boy should have been relieved when the knockout streak ended, but instead, I think it added more pressure on him. I think so too. Because that was his identity. It wasn't even the fact that he was getting knockouts. It was first round knockouts. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like he soaked that shit up. But I think it really wasn't a knockout streak that hurt his confidence. I think it was that sparring footage of him getting his ass whooped by Lubin that hurt his confidence. You getting your ass whooped in practice by a 154 pounder, getting dropped and shit in the fight. People looking at you like you a Mike Tyson type guy. You coming through getting a bunch of knockouts, first round knockouts. And then all of a sudden, you get dropped in sparring and the whole world see it. I can see that shaking his confidence. What happened in the gym is supposed to stay in the gym, but it didn't. We all saw that shit, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't been the same since. I appreciate that the membership, man. I guess that's a celebration of the membership. Gil Code. So you've been a member for 25 months, goddamn, man. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. We got some player-ass subscribers. Motherfucker make bets, and then whoever lose the bet, they come and drop a super chat on our channel. I definitely appreciate y'all, man. 100.
That's real shit, man. Appreciate y'all.
Real rare AP say who? I'm talking about Erica Belonga, man. What's y'all thought? Anybody else want to get their thoughts on Belonga? What you think about Belonga, DeCane?
I mean, I'm with you. I'm not very impressed. That's all I got to say on him.
Okay. What you think about him, bro? If you ain't gave your take, what you think about Erica Belonga?
Yeah, I'm definitely not impressed, man. I don't think he got what it takes to be the top tier motherfucker in this division. I'm definitely not impressed. I mean, he all right though. He definitely be a hell of a fight for anybody. But I don't think he's gonna when he has to break it all down and make adjustments. I don't think he got what it takes.
Okay, put it in stone, Joseph Brown. What you think about
him? Based on what I've seen from him, he's got a lot of work to do. I'm not one to just give up on a young fighter. He there's some things he can do. You know, maybe where he's at, maybe he needs to change his environment, like I was saying earlier. You know, find a place where he can kind of get away and not have to deal with the pressure of being in New York, because being in New York is there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. There's a lot of expectation, and maybe it was just placed upon him too soon, and maybe just not at that point where he's able to handle it. But yeah, man, he just needs to dig down and just work on his craft and stay in the gym and put all his focus there, and not worry about the outside. But that's easier said than done, especially with a lot of these guys, man. But yeah, I'm not ready to give up on him just yet. I don't like what I've seen from him in his last couple of fights, but he still has room to improve. They just don't need to rush him right now. They just need to, bring him along and let him progress. And let's see what he does in the next couple of fights coming up. Then I'll make more of an assessment of where he's at. But as for right now, he don't need to be in there with nobody of high level competition right now.
All right, man. Say Joseph Brown said, let's not give up on the youngsters so soon. Let's give him a chance. Let the motherfucker develop. I just don't like what I see, like as far as intangibles. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. He definitely do got a good punch and shit like that. I don't think he liked them lights though. I don't think he liked being the guy. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't see that in his eyes in his performance as a main event. You know what I'm saying? When he on the undercards, I see a different guy as opposed to the guy that was the main event. And that's where I got a problem. You comfortable being the undercard, but you're not comfortable being the main event. But we gonna see though, man. We gonna see. Hell, I ain't no goddamn psychologist over here psychoanalyzing this motherfucker. D-Lo said he is more celebrity than boxer up there. I think so. And that's what Joseph Brown was saying. You need to get away from New York, man. Get to change the scenery. Come down to the country, man. Get you a ranch or something like Earl and handle your business. Hyphy said if Andy Cruz fought Haney in a pro fight, he would stop Haney late. Man, you know what, Hyphy, man? I think Pecos Bill got the perfect nickname for Hyphy too. That damn Hyphy. But you know what, man? I think that Andy Cruz probably should be favored over just about all the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen him in the pros yet, but I do think it's a good chance that what you just said could be true. The guy is big for the division. I think he about, what is he, about 5'9", something like that. It looked like he got a frame that might could go to welterweight one day. You got the background, got the skills, got the confidence. That's what Joseph Brown was just talking about when he compared him to Emmanuel Augustus. When he come out there with that swag and out there dancing and all that kind of shit, he got the confidence. It's gonna be hard to beat a guy like that, especially when he get acclimated to the pro game. The best chance against him is catch him early. You know what I'm saying? Before he acclimates to being a pro. Once he get his pro style down, I think he's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be tough. Hey, my boy, one time in the building, I was gonna ask a Sage too, man. Hey, what you think about that shooting off fight? One time, that shooting off versus that Azabek or something like that.
Shout out to L Dub Boxing. Good looking hunky. What the hell?
Hey, now he used to come back in the day a long time ago. I don't know if he was trolling or not, but he used to come through back in the day though.
Yeah, salute to you, man. Eric Cooper, salute, fam. Hey, Henry Boston said my audio. Can y'all hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you. D-Lo said that footage getting leaked did hurt him. I think it did too, man.
Salute to the OG. My brother, Gregory X is in the building. Salute, fam. It's good, bro.
Salute. Gil Cole just hit good looking honky with a wrench. I guess that's appropriate, man. Like I said, he used to come back in the day. He ain't never really come with just no crazy shit except for his name. His name is crazy as a motherfucker.
Legendary L Dub got shooting out by UD.
He got shooting out by UD. That's why I was leaning toward. I'm leaning toward shooting off because of the activity. Azizbek only had one fight since 2019. That's what I was saying earlier. So I do like his style, and I kind of am out with the old in with the new kind of guy. But I just like the recent activity of shooting off. You know what I'm saying? So the Sage, the all-knowing Sage, gave us a little info right there. I'm scrolling down. Gil Cole says congratulations to him. What this motherfucker win? Hey, we are doing some things in that Channel Ross, man. I gotta say congratulations to the Kane Deals with his gold smelling ass for getting second place last week. He did good on that.
Hey,
I come in on time. I can do some things.
Hey, shout out to you. Real talk. I had posted it and shit forgot all about it. But yep, you did your thing, man. And what you came in second place, right? Top 2.
Yeah.
Top 5 is always good, man. Holding it down.
Hey man, the corner be doing their thing on that Champ Ross. Salute to y'all boys.
We in that bitch deep this season, man. Gil Cole's Eric R, he tied with me for like 5th place overall. Gil Cole's and King of Kings, they tied up in the top 10. I can't remember exactly what place they in. It's like 7th place or something like that. So yeah, we representing that bitch, man.
Hey, but Gills was celebrating his 24th month membership, I think. That's what
yeah, appreciate that shit, man. Square business. I see one. D-Lo said short and sweet. Hey, yo, one more fight, man. One time. What you think about Hasim Rockman Jr. fight, man? I can't remember the name of the guy he fight, but he 19-0-2 with 17 knockouts. What you think about that fight? D-Lo say short and sweet. One time said Edgar Belonga versus Ronald Gavlil, June 11th, Madison Square Garden, Puerto Rican Day weekend. All right, June the 11th, huh? Henry Bosick, salute to you. So I'm having a hard time hearing Marlo audio. Shit, it sound decent on my end. One time said Gabriel is perfect style for Belonga, so you're gonna go out there and whoop his ass. It seemed like I called one of Gabriel fights a long time ago. Maybe I'm tripping though. D-Lo said that's a huge stage, goddamn. What you talking about as a main event? It's a big difference going from the undercard to the main event, huh? D-Lo said I haven't given up on it, just not sold on him as presented. Yeah, I guess I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of close to giving up, bro. I guess that's a harsh thing to say that you're giving up on somebody, but I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not seeing it right now. Eric
Some
Cooper,
motherfuckers need to be gave up on for they do right.
Yeah, square business. One time said Belonga versus Gabriel will be the main event June 11th. He did good numbers at the box office in his last fight at Madison Square Garden. Shit, I'm not surprised, man. You know, they wanted a big Puerto Rican star. They got the big Puerto Rican population out there in New York. You know what I'm saying? I ain't surprised. But the only thing is he didn't deliver. So if he had another main event, will he get that same support? Because he didn't look good in his last fight. He didn't look just horrible, but to me, he underperformed. Most people picked him by knockout. The shit went the distance. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he'll get that same support again. D-Lo said, Cruz is a hell of a showman. Reminds me of Nassim Hamed. He a hell of a showman. Salute to the OG VIP. Don't need the CID. That's Gregory X was going down. Said, greetings, brothers and sisters, man. We appreciate you coming through. One time said, you got shooting out by unanimous decision. Henry Boston said it's better. All right, that's what's up. OG said greetings is 2:46 a.m. where he at, man. D-Lo say, okay, talking to Gil. Oh, Gil said, keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth, goddamn. What you on this Will Smith shit? Yeah, I told them motherfucker come outside and play the other day. I knocked on the door and said, Mrs. Coles, can Gil come outside and play Uno today? And she said, hell no. His motherfucking ass got some husband shit to do right now. I ain't seen my nigga since. You still grounded? She said, I'm about to tuck his ass in. It's too late, and he about to get tucked in. D-Lo said, congrats on the finish.
Hey, also, shout out to Miss Cole, though. It was her birthday. Happy birthday.
Shout out to her. Salute. You're Cole, that's my boy. D-Lo said, I think, hold on. D-Lo said, congratulations on the finish. The Kane D of social scientists. I got you. D-Lo said, I think Gabriel fought Benavidez twice. That might have been a fight I called. I think I called at least one of them. One time I said Mackenzie Morrison, that's Tommy, the Duke's son. I like Morrison to outwork Rockman Jr. I mean, I knew it, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I was just sitting up here telling y'all that I think it's a chance this dude might go out here and whoop this boy, man. I'm sitting up there looking at the motherfuckers, man. Both of them got 1.5 stars on BoxRec. This guy, he looked like he got some power. And I know he ain't just been fighting no great fighters, but when I actually pulled up the film and looked at him, I said, man, this motherfucker do look like he hitting hard out here now.
I may have to check on my bookie and place a little wager on that one, Trey.
Hey man, I think that's gonna be that's one to look out for right there. I thought somebody about to say something. L-Dub said, Gabriel dropped Benavidez, goddamn me. That sound familiar? That sound familiar. I know I'll be calling fights on that gas though, man. Pecos Bill said, X, sometimes you just gotta cut bait and move on. Sometimes you gotta cut bait, OG. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it in Berlanga, man. But hey, like my boy Joseph Brown just said, maybe the motherfucker just got to develop. They keep on putting him in there, stepping him up in step up fights and stuff. Maybe he'll come out shining like new money. But for right now, I'm not a believer, man. I see Gil Cole, D-Lo, grown man shit. Pecos Bills, okay, Gil said somebody about to get slapped. Yeah, happy birthday to Miss Cole. Absolutely happy birthday to Miss Cole, man. We got to get us a game, though, Gil. You know what I'm saying? It was
I got a question. Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I wonder what y'all think about Jesse Vargas coming off a loss to Mikey Garcia at 147, having his super welterweight debut against Liam Smith.
I like Liam Smith, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I do.
I think the same.
Donaire is training him.
Training who?
Jesse Vargas.
Oh shit.
That's probably gonna guarantee a ass whooping. What this man know about training? But I will say though, he been basically training his own self. Him and his wife been doing it together. He ain't been fucking with no major trainers. So maybe that's gonna be his life after boxing as a trainer.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I kind of like Donaire against Monster anyway. I see some things he can do, man. And he broke his orbital bone the last time they fought.
No, we ain't talking about that fight. We talking about Jesse Vargas versus Liam Smith.
Yeah, I know, but you know, Liam Smith. I kind of like Vargas in this fight.
Go ahead, break it down.
I like Vargas in this fight. I like his pressure. I think he's gonna bring some elements to this fight. He's gonna give Liam some trouble. And, for those who are picking Liam Smith, they might be surprised when you wake up the next day and you realize that Vargas pulled this fight out. I think he's gonna surprise some people.
Okay, this is
I'll
my
be
thing.
surprised.
I would be very surprised, man. I ain't because all right, Jesse Vargas, number one, he ain't really got a lot of power. He do got good activity and stuff. He mixes it up upstairs and downstairs, throws a decent amount of punches. You know what I'm saying? But he really don't have the power to be hurting Liam Smith. Liam Smith is very tough, man. I know he has been stopped before, like when he fought against Canelo, but the motherfucker's tough as hell. And I think he got some underrated skills. Both of them got a decent amateur background. Jesse Vargas was like 120-20. I couldn't find the exact record for Liam Smith, but he do got a background. Naturally bigger man, been fighting at 154 for most of his career. I think, like I said, I think he got some underrated skills. I love his toughness. He cantankerous as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I think he bring a good mentality to the fight game. Come from a fighting family and all that kind of stuff. I like that going into the fight too. I think he's gonna go out here and beat Jesse Vargas by decision. I do like the toughness of Vargas. He ain't never been stopped. I think he's gonna go the distance, but I think he's gonna come up short in this one. But hey, you never know, man. That's why they fight.
Thing is, like, Liam Smith stopped Anthony Fowler in his last fight. I feel like if Anthony Fowler power wasn't bothering that man, Jesse Vargas ain't going to do too much.
These style boxing, salute.
And when was the last time Jesse Vargas fought? He ain't
When he
fought
fought
since like
Mikey
20.
Garcia,
Shit, how long ago was that?
yeah, so that's been a minute.
Hey, man, I can't take that man with that inactivity like that, man. I think he ain't had a fight since, what, 2020 or was it 2019? It's been a while. And just paying attention close on this Chan Ross, when you taking these dudes off these long layouts for the most part, everybody ain't Earl Spence.
It was February 2020.
Come on, man. Bro, that's over 2 years ago. And we supposed to think he about to go out here and beat Liam Smith in a new weight class? So he going up to a new weight class. He ain't had a fight in 2 years. I think that equal ass whooping.
Hey, I changed my pick. Hey, I went Jesse by majority, and I thought about listening to y'all. I said, "Damn, fuck no." I think he might get stopped.
I'll be surprised if he gets stopped because I know what type of mentality he has. He's very, very, very tough.
Hey, you welcome for the insight, Marlo.
Yeah, you welcome. I was thinking
Hey, I see you back here quiet as a motherfucker.
that nigga soaking up game like a motherfucker.
Not to get those.
They might have lured you into taking the wrong bet, man.
Hey, bro, he ain't had a fight in 2 years though. Joseph Brown, you don't think they mean nothing going to the fight?
I don't think that's going to affect him much. He might have a little rust, the first couple of rounds, but Vargas is active enough where and he stays in the gym. I'm not too concerned about him not having a fight since February of 2020.
Ooh, we need to get you in the Chan Ross. You sweet. We need to get you in that Chan Ross. I ain't saying sweet like I'm saying you a good contestant. We need to get you in the Chan Ross, boy. Talking about he don't care about the 2-year layoff. I'm gonna jump in the chat a little bit. D-Lo says sometimes they try to push them out as something they aren't quite yet. Then they have to slow them down a little bit. That's square business. And also we got to take into the account that it's top rank. Top rank, they put fighter on the fast track. Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson to a lesser degree, Teofimo Lopez to a lesser degree. So they don't mind. If you got an amateur background, top rank will put you on the fast track. They ain't doing no tripping. And sometimes, like you said, you got to pull back the reins on the motherfucker. D-Lo said, I thought Jesse had already fought at 154. I thought he did too, but when I looked at the box rate, it seemed like I saw that this was going to be his first fight at 154. You know what I'm saying? But I could be wrong, though. But we going to see, man. I think he gonna take the L. Hyphy say Donaire and his wife are training Vargas. All right, that makes sense because I think Donaire's wife been helping train him. My boy Joseph Brown got quiet. You ain't over there mad at me, are you, bro? I was just fucking with you, my nigga. My nigga got quiet. He didn't say nothing. D'Lo said, speaking of coming off a loss, when is Squarehead Mikey getting back in the ring again? Anyone heard anything? I ain't heard nothing, man. I didn't even see that fight that he lost. I'm glad that you said that, man. I need to go find footage of that fight that he lost.
Hey, who said that? Squarehead Mikey.
That's D'Lo.
I don't even think Mikey. See, here's the thing. Mikey was just good at boxing. I don't think this is what he ever wanted to really do, and he just happened to be good at it. I think Mikey has made enough money. I don't see Mikey continuing to fight. I think Mikey's good.
I think you got a good point because I have heard him say something similar to that in the past. He was thinking about going into law enforcement and shit like that. Being a fighter wasn't his first choice. You know what I'm saying? They convinced him to fight. I can't remember what he said they did to get him to do his first amateur fight, but that wasn't his instinct. Like they convinced him to do that. So he might not have that love for the sport. You know what I'm saying? You might be right.
Earl knocked it out of him.
Yeah. D-Style Boxing salute to you. Say MARLO'S Corner, what's up? Dito said Vargas was supposedly getting ready to retire and run for mayor. Then boom, the Mikey fight fell in his lap. Okay.
Hey, I know what Mikey saw in motherfucking Earl, y'all. A fat paycheck.
I see something.
Ass whooping too. D'Lo said Marlo looking up.
To go with it.
Yeah. For real. D'Lo said Mikey looking over y'all shoulder. Marlo looking over y'all shoulder, changing his picks out there. See, we'll give him one pick, man. We might do that. We might do that on the live stream, man. And we come through and give one pick every week. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo said, yeah, that's because Mikey saw something. Paycheck. That's what Marlo just said. James Don, salute to you. Say, yo, what's good, family, man? We just out here chilling, bro. Doing our Monday live stream. You know what I'm saying? Ahead of the fights this coming up weekend. Chopping it up a little bit.
Hey, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump off, man. Thanks again for letting me on the panel, man. Peace to everybody in the chat. And y'all tune into these fights this weekend, man. We got another good week of fights.
I talked shit to my nigga. He said, I got to go, man. I don't even want to be on the panel with you niggas no more. All right, man, we're going to get with you, Judge O'Brown, bro.
Hey, good. Good talking to you, brother.
All day.
Yeah.
James
That's our boy.
Winston Lee, salute, bro. What's happening?
Salute to you. D'Lo said Mikey saw everything but that ass whooping coming. Yeah, that's square business, man. He might have thought that he saw something, but looking at the fight, whatever he thought he saw, he didn't go for it. You know, he sat back and did a whole bunch of waiting. I mean, he did land a punch every now and then, but he didn't go in there acting like he saw something. Henry Boston said 100% Earl knocked it out of Mikey. Yeah, but I don't think he had the most to begin with. I think it's something to what Joseph Brown said. I heard him say that when he was early in his career, he didn't even want to box. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can change your life, change your family life. I know it's to a lesser degree with him because he got a brother that was a world champion, but boxing has done a lot for a lot of people. Yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson said he didn't love boxing, especially after he killed I can't even think of the motherfucking name that he killed. What's the name of the dude Sugar Ray Robinson killed in the ring? Jimmy Doyle. After he killed Jimmy Doyle, he said he damn sure didn't love boxing. Everybody saying peace to Joseph Brown. Eric R, that's my boy. He cramping my style though, man. I can't be letting you being all tied up with me and shit on the Channel Ross, bro. But hey, let me tell y'all something. When we got 10 fights on the schedule, that's when you got action. When we got 15, that's when I stomp a mud hole in a motherfucker. Winston Lee said Mikey saw a check. Eric R said Shakur by 10th round TKO. That's a pretty bold pick. I think Marlo up in there with you somewhere. What round you got the fight being stopped, bro?
I think 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah, you up in there with him. I think it's gonna go the distance, man. But I won't be 100% surprised if it's a stoppage. But I do see the fight going the distance though. D'Lo said, don't want to smoke with you, skate with you, kick it with you, or chop it up with you on the panel, huh, man? Yeah. Hey, man, I was thinking what I was thinking, but when I said it, I was like, damn, that do kind of sound kind of fucked up to call a man sweet. But I was just trying to say that he a good bet, you know what I'm saying, on the Champ Ross. Well, that's my boy though, man. I was just talking shit, fucking with him. So what else y'all looking forward to this weekend, man? We got this dude that's this Galal Yafa Olympic gold medalist that's fighting this weekend. He only got one fight. He going up against somebody that got like 24 fights. So I'm looking forward to that. I took him by knockout or some shit. Do you remember what you took in that fight, bro? Galal Yafa. I guess I'm the only motherfucker.
Nah, I ain't made that pick. I ain't got that far on the list yet.
Yeah, he ain't got that far. Yeah, it's a second to last pick. Yeah, we done pretty much touched on him.
KO and 4.
KO 4?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I picked.
This is second fight too. He only got 1-0 with one knockout.
That's why I say, man, I know this ain't top rank, but a lot of the time them decorated amateurs, they get put on the fast track, man. This dude got one fight, and he gonna fuck around and be on the televised portion of the card or some shit. That might not be the right word since it's on the zone. It's technically not gonna be on TV, but he gonna be on the main card though instead of being on the untelevised shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they think highly of this guy over there.
Yeah, like I said, Olympic gold medal. I couldn't find his record or nothing like that, but doing a little something. Hey, I had said last week that I had a bunch of KO9s. I really got a bunch of KO9s this week. Last week I had changed some of them hoes to like KO8 and all that shit. This week I got 4 KO9s. So I hope I at least hit on one of them motherfuckers.
Hey, James Don is on the community tab.
Oh yeah, that's all you gotta do, man. Go to the community tab and scroll down till you see the picks. And if you want to get in on the channel, Ross, drop your picks in there, and I'll make sure they get listed in the competition. You know what I'm saying? Eric Carr said, "We shall see, champ." I'm trying to break you in the channel, Ross, too. You trying to break me? I'm gonna tell you something right now. You're gonna have to do a little bit more than picking fighters based on their names to beat the great Trey X. You know what I'm saying? Pagos Bill said Shakur will put on the show. I don't think people realize he got dog in him. I was sitting up here thinking about that word dog earlier, and I'm starting to not like the word dog because I'm sitting up here thinking like, when do you show dog? You show dog when you take punches. Like when we think about Mayweather, for example, I don't think I ever heard nobody call Mayweather a dog. But Mayweather was very fucking tough in the ring, man. But he was a defensive master, so you don't really look at him as a dog. A lot of the time, like for the most part, when I think of a dog, I think of a fighter that doesn't have good defense, but he still is able to win the fights. You have to have dog if you don't have defense. This guy has defense. He's the total package. You know what I'm saying? So he do got like a mean streak. Maybe people mean a mean streak when they say dog. But when I think of dog, I think of like a tough fighter, mean streak, but at the same time, he can take 2 to give 1 if he have to. I don't really see Shakur like that. I see that motherfucker that's a straight up master of his craft. And I think he's gonna go out there and pick this motherfucker apart.
Yeah, he'll say that. He said that himself in an interview I was watching. They asked him if the Oscar Valdez knockout of Berchelt made him nervous, and he was like, "No, because I see Berchelt is a fighter with no defense, and defense is my main thing." And that stood out to me because he said defense is my main thing.
Yeah. Jack, my bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, that interview you was talking about that nigga grandpa said, "Ain't no other man ever trained my grandson, and if they tell you that he lying, and it's a lawsuit to go with it." I said, "Oh shit."
Hey, OG know what he doing though, man. And Mayweather gave him that endorsement too, because he was like, man, if Shakur become my fighter, I'm gonna keep him with the same trainer. I ain't gonna change a thing. So if Mayweather good with it, I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker know what he doing. D-Lo said, no, it didn't even sound like an insult out here. I doubt he took it as so. Yeah, he ain't sense. I was just fucking with him, talking shit to him. James Dunn said he got it. Yeah, go on get in the town, Ross, man. The more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo said Roy Jones said Pernell Whitaker was a real dog. Okay. So that's a defensive fighter that was called a dog. That might be the first time I ever heard that, bro. Like a straight defensive master being called a dog. Eric R said Mayweather showed me that grit when he fought Shane and Cotto. Oh yeah, he showed some grit in a lot of fights. Even when he fought against Castillo, that first Castillo fight was tough as a motherfucker. When he fought against Jesus Chavez, when he hurt both his hands in the fight, that showed me a lot of toughness and grit too. You done hurt both your hands fight, and you still able to go out there and win the fight. Both hands is hurt. Every time he hit the man, he grimacing and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was several fights where I saw that dog in Mayweather. We can go back to what's the name of the coach? Chop Chop Corley. That was a tough ass fight. Mayweather versus Emmanuel Augustus. That was a tough ass fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I can give you several fights where the motherfucker showed some dog, but I never heard nobody say Mayweather a dog out there. You know what I'm saying? Pagos Bill said, as people say, he going to box his ears off. I think he is too, OG. He gonna put them combinations and shit on them. All gonna be going off like fireworks out there. James Dunn said, Earl last fight, doggish, honestly. Yeah, that was a dog fight. From Earl, but that's the way I look at Earl though. Like I don't look at Earl as like a Shakur Stevenson or a Pernell Whitaker. I look at him more like a Gerald McClellan type of guy, a motherfucker that's gonna come and bring hell to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about upstairs and downstairs. He coming to fight. He coming to beat you up. He ain't coming to pick you apart. He coming to beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely look at him as a dog. D-Lo said Roy agrees with me that dog is far overused in today's boxing. Okay. He said he'll agree with you. I thought I'm the one that just said that. Go smell it, motherfucker. Eric R said what stood out to me was the first meeting with Valdez. Shakur said he got a big ass head. You know he about to put on a clinic. I'm gonna tell you something too, man. I know I always be talking about shit that I can't quantify, like body language. But when I looked at them do an interview recently, I think I saw it today. It was posted like this morning or some shit. But it was Shakur Stevenson sitting on the stool or some shit, and they had Valdez sitting on the stool, and they had a woman in the middle, and they was talking. And the whole time Shakur, he facing Valdez. Anytime Valdez look up, he sees Shakur. But Valdez was facing straight forward. So he would have to look over at Shakur. And then so he'll be talking, looking forward. And then sometimes he might glance over at Shakur when he's talking. But the whole time, Shakur just sitting up there, just fixated on this guy, just sitting up there, just looking at him, comfortable. It made me feel like he was comfortable, man. And Valdez is not comfortable in this situation. You know what I'm saying? That's why fighters have face-offs and shit, man. You want to see where the motherfucker coming from. What kind of mentality he got? Is he on kill mode right now? I don't see that shit with this. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see though. They don't fight on paper. D-Lo said versus Al Judah versus Chop Chop. Yeah, I saw some dog in them fights. James Dunn said, when I think dog, I think rough, rugged fight. That's what I think too, bro. You know, when we got boxing, we got offense and defense. You know what I'm saying? If a fighter don't have defense, you at least got to have some dog. So you can come through and still win the fight like a Ruslan Provodnikov. I look at him as a dog.
I think a lot of guys say like he got dog in him, just meaning that he will go to war. Like a lot of people wouldn't describe Tyson Fury as a dog, but I think like you were saying the other day in that Cunningham fight, he showed that he will be a dog if need be. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what a lot of people saying when they say somebody got dog.
I also think it's interesting that they describe Crawford as a dog. Because I don't think he got the best defense in the world. I think he is in a place where he can be considered a dog. Because he is a good fighter. I ain't taking that away from him, but I don't think his defense the best. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at him as like a Mayweather, for example. I think Mayweather defense was way better. I know he one of the best of all time, but hell, let's say George Benton or somebody. I don't see Crawford like that. I think his defense is susceptible enough that he can overcome it with dog mentality and go out there and get stoppages and win fights and shit like that. But I do think he deserves his title as a dog. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
I'm gonna look at it at what's his face? Shakur Stevenson said he was like Bud got the ability to box, but he got a problem. He liked to fight. So I think that's why people say Bud got dog, because Bud will go out there and take a shot to give a shot just because he liked to fight. So Yeah, when
We can
people
look
say
at it like that, or we can say defense ain't the best, and he overcomes that with his dog mentality.
it could be. I mean, I'm gonna take Shakur word for it that he could, but he don't. But I
Hey,
mean, it could
Shakur
be
would
though.
know better than me. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he's smarter, man. So
yeah.
yeah,
Hey, from what I get from hearing other people that know Bud like Shakur, he one of them motherfucking competitive motherfuckers with motherfucker play against you or bet against you with two snails fighting each other type motherfucker. If he
yeah,
pick one snail, he gonna pick the other snail just cause. You know what I'm saying? Just for the you know what I'm saying, the talking shit type motherfucker. I think that could be detrimental in the ring, man. You know what I mean? I think because like I seen him when he get rocked, that motherfucker do bite down on his mouthpiece and he want his lick back and he throwing with some reckless abandonment. You know what I'm saying? We done seen that motherfucker do it a few times. But that necessarily make you a dog? You know what I'm saying? When you only gonna do it when you try in retaliation. When you only gonna do it, you know what I'm saying, when you feel like you're down. You know, like he did with when they told him he was down versus who was that? Was it Kiddo Brook or Khan?
it wasn't Khan.
I think you can show dog when
Talking
you
about
down
Porter, I
though.
think.
Was
I
it
think
Porter? He was down
Yeah,
versus
that's what they told
nah.
him.
probably was.
They
But it
told
was
him he was down though. That's when he went and got to stop it.
it probably was Porter then. But that kind of shit, like that's what people take as a dog or a motherfucker that's willing to get in there and beat the brakes off a motherfucker, make them back out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit. Make them walk them Chavez kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I hear you when you say motherfucker got a little bit of dog in them, but I be thinking that's any motherfucking body. If a motherfucker sock the shit out of you, ain't you gonna want to bite down and beat the shit out this motherfucker? You know what I mean?
Not Chris Colbert.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Well,
but if it's at a disadvantageous situation, that can get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give
Yeah.
Mayweather credit as being like a different kind of dog. Like he might get socked a few times, like Marlo like to say, but the motherfucker stick to the game plan, had that mental toughness and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I give credit to that. But like what you were just describing, I think that's similar to Tank Davis. Like Tank Davis, he'll go out there and get down in the fight. It's Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios. The next thing you know, he turned into the Terminator and just walk through everything. And I don't give a damn. I'm getting to you and I'm putting some hard shots on you. That's what's about to take place right now. I think that's dog. It showed up when he was down in the fight, but I still think it's dog though.
Yeah. That gave me some insight into because when Marlo was talking about how Bud will bet on the other snail just because you bet. Remember that the last week was a couple weeks ago. You bet some fight, and I said I'm taking the other fighter
Yeah, that was
just because Trey.
the Australian guy.
Yeah, that
Tim
might be
Zoo.
why I'm a Bud fan, man.
Y'all just some contrarian
yeah.
motherfuckers, huh?
Yeah.
You got them. That's why I fuck with Bud, man. I ain't got no problem with Bud. Look at D-Lo down there and shit. Talk, you know, as soon as a motherfucker say something about Bud, he go definitely got to reply for your motherfucking ass. I wasn't meaning that no negative way. I'm just saying that can get you from a thinking standpoint, a chess player standpoint. You would want a motherfucker to get out their body and actually walk into some shit. You know what I'm saying? And Bud got that in him. Like Bud would get up off his ass and want his lick back. And you know what I'm saying? He'll take them chances. Like the motherfucker say, he don't got the best defense in the world, but he ain't in there with them type of high level opponents. You know what I'm saying? With that kind of background. But when you in there with a motherfucker with that kind of background, I think that could be detrimental to you. That's just an opinion. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking it because it's effective and it's been effective for Bud. But look who, you know what I'm saying? Look, he always been the bigger guy. You know what I mean? He in the 147 division now. It's gonna be motherfucking his side or bigger. With a IQ just as big as his, with experience just as long as his. You know, that kind of situation I'm talking about.
It's a time and a place for everything. It's a time to be a dog, and it's a time to stick to the script. And the best know when to do both. D'Lo said, "Much respect to G Man, absolutely." Then he said, "Roy and I agree with you, you goat smelling motherfucker. I appreciate that, man." D'Lo said, "You can see uncertainty and doubt as well as confidence in his opinion." I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I guess maybe you're talking about the face-off. Henry Bostic says Shakur definitely has the look of a fighter in his eyes. Yeah, I like the way he can just say something mean to you with a smile. That motherfucker looked at Valdez and said, "Hey man, make sure you don't be cheating," and flash a smile at the motherfucker Hollywood. I was like, man, this boy Shakur a killer, man. You know what I'm saying? I swear that dude there, I like Shakur, man. And I feel kind of fucked up because I had him as like my number 2 prospect behind Little B Hop before Gary Antoine Russell came along.
Damn.
But he was actually the one that I liked the most because I told y'all, man, that sparring footage that he had with Devin Haney was my favorite. I watched part 1, part 2, and part 3. And when he went to the Olympics, man, I was following that shit closely. You know what I'm saying? Like he was my fucking prospect that I like. You know what I'm saying? But I started liking Little B Hop because he kind of reminded me of Sweet Pea Whitaker a little bit, the way he kind of approached it. So I feel kind of stupid on that, you know what I'm saying? But Shakur is a bad man. No doubt about it.
Hey, they never know jump the ship hype. I was just giving props to the brother, man. He came to the wrong division fucking with Mr. Marlowe. Yeah.
D'Lo said Valdez did not want this fight. Neither did Bob. Fuck what they tell. I believe it too, bro. But I do respect that Valdez said that the Mexican fans in Mexico was telling him that he needed to fight Shakur. He said every time he was walking on the street, motherfucker be asking him about Shakur Stevenson.
Did y'all watch that little all access shit they did?
I'm gonna watch that shit when we get out.
Yeah, see, cause your boy Valdez, he was talking about how people started saying that he was scared of Shakur and he didn't like that shit because people really started believing that shit that Shakur was saying, and that's why he had to take the fight because he couldn't have people saying he was scared and all that shit.
That ain't the same thing as I wanted to fight. That's still some external coercion or external motivation to fight the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Pecos Bill said, Trex, you know we like to say he's the baby world beater. Oh yeah, that motherfucker world beater, man. And I guess that's a good title since he didn't win the senior AIBA World Championships. He won the junior AIBA World Championships. D'Lo said Winky Wright was very technical, but that man was a dog in there in his opinion. That's a good one. Because he did fight some motherfucker where he had to show some kind of dog. He fighting against Vargas and fight against Trinidad and all them type motherfucker that can punch. Yeah, I think he had some defense and some dog in him. Pagos Bill said, let's not bring up the big snowman. Y'all know how I feel about him. Shit, he went out there and did his thing, though, OG. D'Lo said Crawford has some of the best defensive statistics in the class, but I still agree. Are you talking about as far as the ratios, his punching, what percentage of the punches land and all that kind of shit? Okay, I got you. I just be seeing that motherfucker take some clean shots, man, throughout his career. Hammer Hank Lundy. I'm thinking about Gamboa. Mean Machine landed something nice on the motherfucker. Thomas Delorme was getting off on the motherfucker early in the fight. I done seen some people bring it to him. So yeah, I see. He said he agree. Eric Carr said, Bud's offense is elite. I watched the breakdown versus Porter and I missed a whole lot. That's why I always say I gotta watch the fight twice, bro. It's hard when you got somebody like a Mayweather or even a Crawford, they so advanced that you're not gonna catch everything the first time. I don't give a fuck how good of a boxing watcher you are. You gonna miss something. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, man, I'm telling you, when I watched that fight the first time, I was mildly impressed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he went out there, he the only guy to stop Porter in the pros. I liked a lot of the shit he was doing, but when I went back and watched it again, and I was just looking at the creativity of some of the shit that he was doing, like I keep on saying, double check hook, looping left hand to the body. He in the southpaw stand, so he hit him with a double check hook, right, with the right hand. Then he go back to the body with the looping left hand. I can't even think of another example. And y'all know me. I'm the type of person that'll see an example and I'll be like, that's what Tony Zell be doing. Oh, that's what Mikey Garcia did against Dayhan's La teaching it. I'm one of them type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? When I looked at some of that shit that he was doing in that fight, I was like, you know what? I ain't never seen that before. So I got to give some credit to the creativity. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the game, creativity. Eric Carr said the motherfucker was fighting Porter. Somebody go on mute, came. You over there with them candy wrappers, nigga. We ain't trying to hear you eating Reese's and all that shit, bro.
My bad, I'm over here typing.
Yeah, D'Lo said Bud has been the same way his whole career. It works for him. Anything can backfire in the right or wrong situation, though. Vulnerabilities are part of the sport, and ain't no such thing as a perfect fighter. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. D'Lo said Floyd never stopped thinking in there. He lived that boxing is a thinking man's game in reality, square business. D'Lo said, nah, we know as soon as someone mentions Bud, Marlo got to take off on that mother. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Marlo about to take off on him. Hey, but that was light for Marlo, though. Marlo cut him some slack.
Yeah, man. You should have your ass on the panel, man, so you can bring him up, so we can chop it up about it. Because we need to pump this fight up, man. We need people, more people ears and minds on this fight as possible.
We've been talking about this shit for years, man. So we definitely done played our part. You know what I'm saying? James Dunn said, Bud is the type of boxer that has to have a coach that'll space him out, but would love to fight / brawl all night. Coach would say box 6 rounds, turn it up round 7. Okay, I don't know exactly what you mean by space him out, bro. Elaborate on that part a little bit. D'Lo said high level is an opinion. Bud has definitely not been the bigger guy at 147 consistently. Postal also towered over Bud. That dude takes them as they come. None of that Canelo sucker shit. Okay. All right. Even though they ain't just no killers. But it was some straight fighters though, some B-level type guys, Hank Lundy and Thomas Delorme and all that kind of shit. Victor Postal, even though I will give him credit on Victor Postal because I was impressed with Victor Postal knocked out Matisse. You know what I'm saying? And Bud made him look like, well, I hate to even call that motherfucker. Crawford made him look like he wasn't shit in the ring. So I give him credit on that. Pecos Bill said he saw something. D'Lo said he couldn't have people realizing he was scared. I don't even know what the hell this man talking about. D'Lo, yeah, elite boxing watchers. DeCane Deals in there talking about elite boxing watchers on the corner. Yeah, we elite. I think you sub novice though, bro. So let's try observer or spectator. Damn, we are a little bit better than some damn boxing watchers. Despite my Champ Ross ranking, yeah, that man is struggling on the Champ Ross. And then he changed his name last week, talking about the last shall be first and all that kind of shit. This man ain't nowhere to be found on the Champ Ross. Got to get a magnifying to find this motherfucker at the bottom of the list and shit, man. The last shall be first. D'Lo said, no, Bud Crawford will come up regardless. Yeah, we got to shoot our little shots at him every now and then, man. We got to have fun with it, bro. We taking Earl Spence in the fight. So we got to talk shit a little bit every now and then. But it ain't nothing too fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? We keeping it boxing. D'Lo said, I'm going to go extra heavy on Spence versus Crawford going forward. Yeah, man, that's the fight that we want, man. And we was talking, we were chopping it up behind the scenes a little bit because some people, like my boy Gil Coles, he wouldn't mind seeing Keith Thurman getting in there and getting him a fight against either one of them. And I just feel like, man, there ain't nowhere this fight can go but down. The only thing, this fight is not going to get no bigger than what it is right now, in my opinion. They both coming off of some amazing performances. They both are the first people to stop both of their previous opponents, their last opponents. I think D'Lo brought that up in the video. I'll give you some credit on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you were talking about how they had some peaking type of performances. I don't think he can go nowhere but down. They need to go ahead and get the fight together, man. Go ahead and make the fight. D'Lo magnifying glass. Yeah, try a telescope, huh, man? Yeah, you way down there, bro. Square business. But what you want to do, bro? It's like 10:30. Well, 8:30 your time.
Yeah, I'm ready to shut it down. It's catching. Appreciate the chat. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it engaged. Shut it down. Became social scientist. My brother.
All right, I appreciate y'all letting the brother come through here and share my boxing watching knowledge. Shout out to everybody who was on the panel and in the chat. We'll catch y'all next time.
Yes, sir. You know, anytime you're welcome.
Definitely appreciate you getting on.
Every Monday, y'all, you know what I'm saying? We put the link in the chat. I'll shoot it to the brothers, you know what I'm saying, ASAP, but we put the link in the chat for the usual people that come through and rock with us, man, to come be able to come through and put their voice up here, man. Also, we respect y'all's opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Definitely appreciate you getting on the panel that came. Appreciate Joseph Brown getting on the panel. Appreciate my man Gil Coles coming through there, dropping us that little old blessing earlier. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna be on the fight this coming up weekend. Y'all already know what time it is. Big time boxing is what we about. We got Shakur Stevenson going against Oscar Valdez for a unified title. And shit, we ain't gonna be nowhere on the planet. Nowhere else on the planet than watching that fight. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all coming through tonight. Y'all come through and fuck with us this weekend. We're gonna have some fun, man. Salute to everybody. And D-Lo get his ghost smelling ass on the panel at the last minute. Can y'all hear me? Am I what the fuck going on?
Yeah, I thought D-Lo was gonna respond to you.
Yeah.
I was waiting for D-Lo to come off.
I'm not here.
Hey, oh, you ain't here? Okay. Hey, but y'all already know, man, it's always fun. We look forward to having these conversations, these moments, man. It's gonna be on the popping this weekend. I'm almost done with this video. But you know what I'm saying, that's what we've been working on, man. But appreciate y'all. Appreciate Gil Coles for coming through, man. Dropping that super chat, man, rocking with it. Appreciate the support, man. All y'all do, man. 100. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. The fuck out my gym.
You heard him.